What's up, everyone? We are here on the Venice Canals and we are looking at a house for sale, and Brandon has the info on it. Just a little under 3,000 square feet, and it's a 4-bedroom, 4-bath on the canal. So that's basically what you get right there. So
Built in 2000.
built in 2000, it's more of a Mediterranean kind of look. It has smooth stucco, balconies. What do you think, Brandon? Do you think it's a good deal?
Let's see, how much? 4.5?
What's it?
Not really. 4 point. I mean,
Okay, 4.250.
I feel like we've seen a couple of other houses that are close, like almost as nice. Look, this is very unique. It's a Tuscan.
So for $4.2 million, okay, just under 3,000 square feet, 4-bedroom, 4-bath. I mean, it is a nice house. Inside, it has a media room. It looked like it had a media room. It's not a fixer. It's
Definitely not a fixer.
Pretty big, and it's very close, very walking distance to the beach. But so at that price, you would say it's not an amazing deal for 4.2.
We've seen other homes that are like closer to like 2.5, and they're just as nice. They're just as big. Granted, they're not on the canals, and I think that might be why the asking price is exorbitant, and it's been on the market for 68 days.
So because it's been on the market 68 days, I would assume there must be some flexibility if the owners are serious about selling. I would say a person could put in a lower offer, a little bit of a lowball offer, and that would be the thing, because this is a little overpriced. Because if it was priced well, it would have sold already in a hot market like this, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So it's on the canals of Venice. Wow, okay. Notice of demolition. This house is gonna be demolished soon. Probably gonna demolish it and build a much bigger one. Bigger than this. See, they could just remodel this, but I guess if they're gonna start spending money on construction, why not go huge? They're gonna build a monster house. A huge house. Get the best bang for the buck. And so that house, wow, they even have this blue house across that looks very different. Yeah, a little artistic, very artistic with the glass in the weird shapes, kidney shape, designs and stuff.
Yep.
Very nice. And there we have some smooth stucco there with that. A lot of contemporary architecture. So I would say, if a person wanted to buy a house on the canals, if it was almost the same price as a house off the canals, then that's fine. But I would say, on average, a house, if you're thinking about moving to Los Angeles or Venice, buying a house on the canals could be fun, could be nice. You could take out, a little boat or like a raft type of thing. That can be fun as long as there's enough water, and that depends on the tide. At high tide, it's fine, but at low tide, yeah, you can't do that much.
You're not very far.
Yeah, you're not going to get very far. But, wow, okay. This, yeah. Huh. It's a very small house, right next to a very big house.
Huh.
Yeah, and it has these privacy hedges here. So depending on what you're looking for, we can help you get it right here in Los Angeles, all the surrounding areas, whether it's Oxnard, Ventura, yeah, even
Here on the canals.
Yeah.
Over in Venice, other parts of Venice.
Yeah, Marina del Rey, and we can show you it all. And there's obviously a good reason why people are moving to Venice, because just the quality of life here is very good. The weather's good year-round. Doesn't get too hot in the summer, right?
Not too hot. I want to say like the high in LA is probably like the high 80s.
Mm-hmm.
Are they building a new one here? Yeah.
Doing some construction here. And here they're remodeling a very contemporary looking house right next to another very modern house. So if that is what you want, that is what you can get. as long as you can afford it. Oh wow, we have a cat there. So yeah, this is wow, this is okay right there. It looks like a very small house.
I love the canals. You just get lost here.
Yeah, they are pretty big, huh?
Yeah.
Thanks.
Protect the ducks. Dogs on leash, please.
Oh wow.
Dogs go after ducks.
I would assume like pit bulls and you know, certain kinds of dogs, they like to hunt ducks, you know. So here,
This is a nice house.
yeah, you got a house with smooth stucco right up against, like it's very close to the general public walking around, you know. So if that's something you want, that's something you can get. However, if you are looking for more privacy in Venice, there are other houses like that, and we can definitely, you know, get you one of those. Wow, look here.
Oh yeah. Those ducks are just talking about.
Got a white house here. We just came across this really interesting looking house, which has a very different kind of shape to it, as you can see on the side here. Yeah.
Is that hardwood?
It looks like it's just sheets of plywood that they varnished, but yeah, it's interesting how they did it. They just varnished the plywood, and they have smooth stucco and very contemporary. Wow, this is a fixer right here next to it. What do you think?
Yeah, what's the electric fan?
Is it what? Yeah, got barbed wire fence here. But yeah, that's a very modern looking type of house there, right next to this fixer. Right? So there are some fixers here in Venice. The
That's
cheapest
probably $1 million.
yeah, the cheapest one that we see for sale is about $1.1 million. It's very small, but what you're buying is basically land. You're buying the location because it is pretty much a tear down. But it could be a great opportunity to tear it down and build something big and nice like one of these houses, or just move in and enjoy it and enjoy the appreciation. But yeah, it's $1.1 million. Well, these are not the original Abbot Kinney canals. Those have actually been covered up. Those became streets. Those we will see later.
Okay.
But these ones were built later, after they covered those ones up, as far as I know. But the houses on these canals sell for anywhere in the $5 million range. We'll see one for sale for $5.5 million. They are pretty popular. They don't have any boat slips. You can obviously put little small boats.
I don't know if you can, have a boat on these canals, right?
You can have a small little boat.
I know. What are you gonna do with it?
I'm not exactly sure.
Like that pink flamingo.
I even see they have fish. Look.
No.
Yes. Some fish down
Oh
there.
my goodness.
Wow.
Right.
All right. So that's it. Let's go check out the canals here. Okay. Let's see what it's like. But yeah, you can see obviously very modern looking houses here. As I mentioned, in the $5 million range, depending on the size. You know. Okay. It looks like it's tipping a bit. I think it's tipping. Okay. Okay. Yeah, very modern looking houses, as you can see.
What is that? Is that a home?
Which one?
Shed.
Oh yeah. It's industrial style.
Fire studios. This is a business one.
Yep. Yeah.
It is.
So, oh yeah, you have a lot of people in the media, movie industry
Showbiz.
here in Venice. You got a lot of families with strollers, people that, you know, moving here. Hey.
Well, that's going. I can't think.
Oh yeah.
We got very modern architecture here.
That has got to be an apartment.
But yeah, so if you're thinking about moving to Venice, you may want to check yourself on how you feel about homeless, helping the homeless. If you want to help the homeless, Venice is a perfect spot for you. If you don't want to help the homeless, Venice might not be the right place for you. Let's put it that way. So, yeah, you got some nice houses here. So this,
Very cool.
these are the kind of houses you can get. Whoa, wow.
With a big Buddha, I love that.
And then it has this nice big decoration door.
Look at the birds running around.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Well, so as you can see, there's a lot of construction going on here, modernizing the houses, fixing them up to either sell or just get higher rents. But yeah, a lot of money being spent here. Huh. Wow. Oh wow, this is nice. Yeah, as you can see, a lot of very modern architecture with glass going all the way.
You have a puppy here. The black, the chocolate one. Her name is Joyce. Okay, baby.
Look at the, here we have a yellow house. They went a little adventurous on the colors here.
I love it.
The new
Yellow and orange.
Mexico type of vibe. You feel like you're either in the desert or like in Mexico or something like that. What do you think?
Right? I think it's well, I can't think past that rooftop. I just love all these rooftops.
Oh yeah, sit up there,
Nice.
enjoy the sunset. So, what can you tell the people that are thinking about moving to Los Angeles or Venice or any of the surrounding areas?
Well, you gotta do it quick because I imagine things move pretty quickly once something's put on the market. I don't think it's gonna be there long. Maybe if it's like outrageously expensive, but chances are, if it's a good real estate agent like Tim and I here, they would price it just right, and therefore it would sell rather quickly.
Yes, I agree. Right, but the main thing is, if you are thinking about moving to Los Angeles or any of the surrounding areas, give us a text, send us an email, give us a call, and we'll help you find your dream home. We'll help you make the move to Los Angeles very seamless and easy, and we'll help you find the best house for you based on your lifestyle, whether you like surfing, boating, as you can see over here, what kind of boating, what kind of boat, you want to stand up paddle boarding, whatever you're looking for, we can help you. Hiking, mountain biking, you want to find the best schools, we can help you with that.
Hello.
Hey.
Oh, I love this.
Wow, this looks nice. Stop the monster. There. As you can see, if you're looking for privacy, you've got these privacy hedges here.
Oh yeah.
Got a nice, whoa, very modern architecture here. Okay. Yeah, you got downstairs lounge area.
What bar?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah, very modern for barbecues. Wow.
Got some ducks hanging
Hey,
out.
you can barbecue under the shade there. Oh, you got some ducks. Yeah, you can get ducks.
Pet ducks. Never seen that before.
Get some pet ducks here.
How cool.
Cool. And then here you have another little walk street. Get you to the beach. So, you know, this is what you may be looking for if you want to be on the canals. Obviously, if people want to get things done, they can get it done. It's just a matter of cutting through the bureaucracy and getting it done. I mean, Abbot Kinney didn't let a few, bit of red tape stop him from building some canals and getting it going. And that was back then.
And hence there's that really awesome street.
Exactly, 1905. I mean, we're living in, 2022, and they coming up with all sorts of excuses. So that's one of the problems. I mean, okay, I'll put it this way. In LA, you have the best of times and you have the worst of times, okay? If you're somebody who knows technology and you're into that, it's the best of times because you can do extremely well here. If you're in the entertainment industry, you can do very, very well here. And music industry as well. Real estate is booming, but obviously you have a big gap between the upper class and the middle class, and there is a huge homeless population right here in Venice Beach, and I don't see it going anywhere anytime soon. What is the cause of all this homeless, or the homeless people living in Venice, and what is the solution?
I am afraid I don't have an answer for that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, look, you could spend an afternoon, half of a day, driving around LA, and under every overpass is just not too different than what we saw back there.
Is it the jobs? Is it the cost of living? Is it the government's fault?
Definitely the cost of living. I think that's maybe where it begins.
So you're telling me the homeless people cannot find a job?
Yeah, and
Wow, look at this.
Oh yeah,
This is cool, right? A big backyard.
very big.
Wow,
Man.
nice, huh?
Yeah.
Because most of those houses don't have big backyards,
No,
right? This is one of the few ones.
It is
It's like a double lot. It's
two
almost
lots.
like they knocked down the house just to get a backyard.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow, this is very nice. Look at that. Cozy. Very nice. It's not a huge backyard, but it is nice.
Walkway.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
nice. It is connected to the ocean, water-wise, and it's based on the tide. If it's high tide, then the boats can work just fine, and if it's low tide, then yeah, you can't ride the boats. So you got to kind of time it, otherwise you get stuck.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I was wondering, like, there's Christmas lights on some of these boats.
Yeah.
Jeez, when was the last time they took them out?
Okay, so here are the businesses, and Washington Boulevard next to the canals. Here we have a Thai restaurant. All right. Okay, let's get a look at it this way a little bit so we can get a better idea of what it looks like. Looks like it's connected. It's like a hotel or motel in the back there, right? Okay, a lot of outdoor seating here.
This is Baja Cantina, another restaurant.
Okay, all right. And then you have an outdoor fire pit here. Wow, nice. Pretty warm, huh? Warm you up. Okay, so this is the outdoor cantina. Got like beach sand right there. If you're thinking about moving to Los Angeles or any of the surrounding areas, send us a text, email, or call, and we'll be happy to help you find your dream home.
Let's go check out the canals.
All right, here's the Thai restaurant. Saw earlier across the canal, it's 2 tents. These people, homeless, need help. So Brandon, what were you saying? Did you think, because I kind of cut you off when we saw that nice big house there, and what did you think the cause of the homeless people are
I don't know. I think it's
in
like
Los Angeles and Venice?
First of all, I think it starts with like the cost. LA is extraordinarily expensive.
So what do you think's causing all the homeless people to live here? Is it because just the cost of living is high?
The cost of living is really high. And then again, I mean, look, I think at the end of the day, there's got to be something that attracts, you know, almost like a magnet. Hi.
So yeah, you're saying the cause of the homeless in LA and Venice and everything, it's just the cost of living.
Yeah, I'd venture to say that the problem probably started maybe 5-10 years ago. Maybe starting with the recession of '08, and people haven't been able to get their feet back on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, one problem leads to another, and things become way worse.
Yeah.
And the next thing you know, you're camping out on that.
So yeah, from what I know about the homeless is that not all, but a large percentage of the homeless are drug addicts or alcoholics.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not just, I mean, obviously the cost of living doesn't help, and that's just like one of the reasons. The other reason is that most of these people didn't grow up in very good environments. Like their dad was maybe in prison and their mom was like high on drugs or something. So they didn't have very good upbringing, they didn't have a good home, they didn't have a good a stable environment at home with a good, you know, mom and dad, you know, just having dinner together every night.
Yep.
So they didn't have a very good stable childhood. They have a lot of trauma in their childhood, and the way they cope with it is with the drugs, and then the drugs lead them to not be able to function in society well, and that causes them not to be able to get a job or keep a job, and then they just do drugs to survive, and they love the drugs more than living normal. So that's why they land up by default living on the streets. It's not their first choice. Obviously nobody, I think, would want to live on the street, but it's what happens if they cannot get a job and keep a job. And then now, once the people are homeless, now it's even harder to get a job, because on the job application, what do they put as the address? The Union Rescue Mission. What do they put as a phone number? If they don't have a phone, yeah, how do they get mail? And plus, when they go and apply for a job, if they don't smell that good or they aren't that clean cut, then what kind of job can they get, right? I mean, you know, even if they, although, I mean, I do say that there's plenty of people coming from, you know, Mexico, right? And they're willing to do anything. They a lot of times they want $15 an hour, but they'll, you know, push comes to shove, they'll work for $5 or $10 an hour before they starve. So if there's a will, there's a way. There's no reason for them to be homeless.
I agree.
This is the land of opportunity. I mean, that's just my opinion. You know, they don't have to be homeless.
I think ultimately at the end of the day, it comes down to like a decision. I mean, hey, that's a cool home.
Yeah. Wow, these are the canals here. I'm just going to show you. Guy sitting right there. He's taking his life into his own hands. I hope he doesn't jump. That fall could be kind of bad because it's not very deep. Yeah, it's very shallow water over there, so it's a little dodgy, but hey, it's a free country and we gotta love his respect his choice. you know. It's his risk to take, you know. Right? And that's what makes America.
For sale.
Oh yeah. Good. So Brandon, what do you think the solution is to all the homeless here in Venice? Just give them houses or what?
I think there's got to be a very comprehensive approach, starting with housing, of course, right? If you don't have housing,
Give them housing?
yes, but I think there should be strings attached to the housing gift.
Such as?
Such as, hey, we'll give you housing in return for you got to work, and if you
What if they don't want to work?
well, I mean, hey, beggars can't be choosers, right? You
Well,
can't
what if they
have
just prefer to? Whoa, this is crazy. Look at this.
wow,
This is nice. How you like this?
this is great.
You like it, huh?
Kind of a Tuscany theme too, right?
Yeah, Tuscan style house. Wow, this is pretty cool. Wow, and you got a modern one over there as well. Look at that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So, getting back to what we were talking about. So,
I think
you want to give them houses with a few strings attached. But what if they say no? They don't care about strings. They just wanna. They're okay living in the tent, on the sidewalk, and that's why we're the one. They choose.
that was a decision, right?
That's their decision. What if they want to be homeless on the street? Not that I would. I mean, most people say no one want to be. But what if they say no? They're okay. They don't mind living on the street as long as they can have their freedom.
In the U.S. that outlaw being homeless, like literally living on the streets. I mean, I'm sure there has to be some communities where that's illegal.
Yeah, I would say like Beverly Hills. They don't like when people camping there, so they kick them out.
Okay, well, Beverly Hills is.
But there's other places that are more liberal, like, you know, Venice and Santa Monica and, you know, San Francisco that, you know, love the homeless, or they help them. They feel sorry for them and they want to
I feel sorry for them, of course.
give them a place to stay. But I mean, what if it's their choice? What if they've taken so many drugs that it's very hard for them to function in society? What if they were in a car accident, okay, and their brain got smashed by another car and they really cannot even think, you know, they're depressed, and now they almost, I don't want to say vegetable, but they can't do very much as far as work-wise, and they don't want to go live in a mental institution, and that's why they are, you know, they seem crazy talking to themselves on the streets. What about them? What do you think about that?
I think that you should look. I think it should be a couple of options. Door number one is, hey, we'll give you housing. You gotta work. They say no, we don't want to work. And okay, well, door number two.
What kind of job would you give a person who has mental issues, who almost cannot work?
Well, work.
And no, you know what I mean, like even like a basic thing like digging ditches. They cannot do that. What do you think?
Well, what about being a door usher or
Door usher.
like at Costco, like checking IDs? I mean, that's not rocket science, you know.
Okay.
Checking IDs or
Mm-hmm.
you know, membership cards.
Doing membership cards?
At Costco, you know, they like, hey, let's show us your membership card.
Oh, okay.
You
Like
see what I'm saying?
that's a pretty easy job for them.
It's a very easy job. Like,
Okay.
there's countless easy jobs, man. And so that's where it's like, you know, if I guess I'm not so easy to take no for an answer.
Okay. Wow. Look at the staircase here.
Ooh,
This looks
beautiful.
nice. You got a spiral
Fireplace
staircase.
right up there.
Yep.
Nice.
Nice.
Very.
Yeah. So you're saying they must work if they want to eat, right? If they don't want to work, they mustn't eat, basically. And they shouldn't just camp on the streets. You don't like that?
I don't like that. It's probably not very healthy for them. I don't know if it's very sanitary for, you know, the rest of society.
Yeah.
It's just.
Well, here's the way I see it. I hear what you're saying. I think one of the things that makes America such a great place is that is that the people have freedom. They have freedom to work as hard as they want, or
Or not at all.
Or not at all. That's their choice. And if they don't, then they unfortunately land up being homeless. But I think they should have designated areas for the homeless. I mean, I know they designated Skid Row for them, and they even have big signs called Skid Row for the homeless. But now, because it's becoming a big problem, it's spread out to places like Venice and Santa Monica. And there used to be only one or two, you know, a long time ago. And that was the alcoholic, you know, it was like a rare thing. But now, because the cost of living is so high, wow, this is nice. Because the cost of living is so high, you know, the homeless problem has become a big problem. Okay.
Cute little house.
Oh yeah, it's very nice. It's very nice. So it's become a big problem, but I think they should just have designated areas where people can be homeless.
Like
And
that.
There's plenty of places, even near a beach, where, like all up and down the California coastline, where they could allow them to be homeless on the beach, if that's what they choose. Now, obviously, they need things like, you know, resources, water, food, things like that. They're already giving them, you know, government handouts and stuff. So they should just have designated areas, I think, for them. That's in my opinion, because there's tons of land all up and down the coast. They could just designate certain areas,
You know, downtown,
for them. Allow them to live in those areas, you know,
Yeah.
on the beach or near the beach, because that's what they like. And it's, you know, it's a tropical climate. It's not too cold, you know.
Yeah.
And I think that would be a humanitarian, because as soon as you put strings attached to it and say they have to work, you know, and they have to do this, that's the whole problem. It doesn't work because those people don't want to work, or
Yeah,
they've
don't
tried to
know what
work.
to do.
They've tried to work. They've tried it. It didn't work. They tried to get a job. It didn't work. They got a job. They got fired because they don't
Then I would say
work well with people.
I,
You know what I mean?
I-
They maybe get angry too quickly. They say, "Can I see your Costco card?" Someone says no. They just walk in and then they cuss them out or something.
no, not at the Costco, like a librarian or someone at the library. I'm just not going to
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Hello. Hi. Okay, I think we should probably walk on this one actually. Maybe that's a bit better. What do you think?
I'm completely lost.
Yeah. Yeah, you got the canals. There you have some canals. And over here. So I think, you know, the way I see it is obviously the homeless problem. It starts from when they're kids and the way that they were raised.
Not necessarily, because I was at the airport once speaking to this nice girl. We were getting food, and we were getting to talking, and I was telling her about my brain injury 5 years ago and how it like almost killed me and totally reset my life. And she was saying, yeah, you know, my twin brother got in a bad motorcycle accident a couple of years ago, and the accident like really effed him up. Well, guys, look, I was really effed up too, but there's something to be said about like, okay, you gotta, you know, be determined and like, wanting to get back on the horse. And what I hear you saying is like, hey, what if they don't want to get back on the horse?
What if they try to get on the horse but it just didn't work for them?
Well, I would say, hey, let's evaluate. Look, I'm of the mindset where I like to help people. I hate taking no for an answer. So if, you know, as you said, hey, what if that job sucks? Or what if they're not good at the Costco and they get mad at it? Well, you can't tell me that there isn't a job on this planet that they wouldn't love. And I use that word deliberately because that's a big part of it, man. Like, if you don't love what you're doing, then
why are you doing it?
Then why are you doing it? But
so you're saying even if someone is high on drugs, homeless, living in a tent, or just that,
we gotta get rid of the drugs. We gotta get rid of the booze and the drugs. And I mean,
so you have to make them see the light and show them that the drugs is destroying their life,
destroying their lives, just preventing them from moving on, and just like kind of they're stuck in the status quo, and that's.
So you have to help them see the light.
Yep, exactly. It's
Would you say that's an easy thing or a difficult thing to get them to see the opportunity?
I like to consider it fairly easy if you're doing it the right way. But look, I mean,
is that something the government could do?
Yeah, but I just think that the current setup of the government is so screwed up, pardon my French,
And what do you think about Rick Caruso, who is looking to build?
Developer.
Yeah, he's a real estate developer. He's built tons of apartments and houses.
Grove.
Yeah, and he is looking to run for mayor of Los Angeles, and he wants to build tons of houses and tiny houses and all sorts of things for the homeless. Do you think that'll solve it or help
Are there
solve
any
the problem?
strings attached?
I don't know, but he says what he will do as soon as he's elected is declare a state of emergency. And
As soon as he's elected. I love his confidence already.
Yeah, he will declare a state of emergency and set up through the, I don't know if it's through the National Guard or what they will, but it's get basically everybody off the streets and put them in housing, whatever kind, tents or whatever, with air conditioners and everything, and food and everything.
I think that's a great idea. I would be all for that. In
Mm-hmm.
fact, I'll try and reach out to Mr. Caruso. He and I went to the same law school, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's
Okay.
a little connection there.
All right.
Look, I'm an ideas guy. Tried and true. I love it. And I mean, man, like I said, I've been in LA for 13 years. I know that the homeless problem has gotten exponentially worse over the last few years, but like, it's almost like a downward spiral, and that's why it's getting so much worse. Not to mention, you know, inflations, and it's just like, I don't know if we're on the verge of another recession, maybe not, I don't know, but like, I do know that we've got to start at the beginning and figure out, okay, you were saying a moment ago, what if they don't want to work? What if they don't want to do this? What if they don't want to do? Well, what do they want to do? Just drink and smoke? Is that
They want to live every day like it's a holiday. and-
laissez-faire?
Yeah, you know, they want to enjoy their life. They've had a hard life as it is. I mean, and by the way, just so you know, homelessness does kill people. The average life expectancy of a person who's homeless, it's probably like 10 or 20 years. It's very short in comparison to a person who lives in a house.
So then,
I mean,
all those
just from crime,
statistics-
just from being mugged or killed or whatever, the crime rate is extremely. The odds of being attacked while you're sleeping goes up dramatically, living in a tent or just sleeping on the street.
I can-
So it's very, very dodgy. I mean, a person who doesn't really care because they're on drugs is probably not in a good state of mind, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, hopefully, you know, Rick Caruso or some government organization or, you know, can help these homeless people, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely, it's gonna get way worse. It's not it's not addressed, and yeah, I'm excited to see what Mr. Ricky does.
All right, so yeah, check him out and maybe vote for him.
Yeah. But in other news, if you are hoping to move to LA and Venice, any neighborhood of LA, give Tim and I a call. Shoot us an email. We can help you connect those dots and cross that bridge.
Oh yeah, that sounds good. Hope to talk to you soon. Take care.
Cheers.
So what do you say? Is this one of the best places to live or what?
It is. It's been a dream for the last few months, and I can't wait for you to experience it too. You guys got to get out here.
All right.
Check it out.
Give us a call, text, email, get a hold of us, and we'll help you find your dream
We
home.
can make it happen with you.
All right.
Cheers.
Bye.